here, so I obviously have decided that I want to document the process of getting my daiths pierced. Now, when I called the shop that I scheduled my appointment at, they said Daiths, but I've always heard Daiths. Oh, this lighting right on my face is really nice. But anyway, so I'm just going to continue saying Daiths because I've heard that more often, but if I'm wrong, then oh well. I'm sure I'll be wrong about many things in the future, so this will not be the last of it. But anyway, so I've looked into daiths piercings a lot, especially when I worked at Claire's. I worked at Claire's for like a year, and I did a lot of piercings, but obviously not daiths piercings. So I wanted to get that done for a while. I have like quite a few headaches, a few migraines in there, and I've heard from my aunt that it was really helpful. And I've done research on my own, and like there is no like proof that it works. Like it's kind of highly debated. But I've heard from a lot of people that it worked for them, so it doesn't hurt to try. And I obviously like lots of ear piercings. I don't know if you can even see mine, but I have like 3 on each ear, so I don't mind another piercing anyway, even if it doesn't work. But I booked my appointment for Utah people, I booked it at Koi Piercing Studio, and they had a lot of reviews, definitely like the most of any other studio I saw. And there are places in Logan where I live that you can get your ears pierced, but I've heard like too many mixed reviews to feel safe. So I went through all their reviews, I did a lot of research, and the negative reviews had nothing to do with the piercing and all to do with like the attitude of the person who pierced them. So for me, I'm kind of okay. Like, I mean, not okay if you're mean to me because I'm sensitive, I'm fragile. But like, I'd rather like go to a place that has like no bad reviews on the actual piercing itself, but have a possibility of being like treated poorly, than go somewhere where they may be the nicest to me in the world, but they don't know what they're doing. So for me, that was just kind of a risk I'm willing to take, and I'm really excited about it. We're driving there now. We should be there in like an hour-ish, so I'm very excited, and I will document the process and let you guys know how it goes, if it hurts, if it helps, and any other questions. Okay, so I just got them pierced. It was kind of painful. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, I should say that. Do you mind, sir? But it like was 2 pinches, and they were like pushing down on my ear so they could reach it too. So I think that was what kind of added to it. But it was definitely like 2 big pinches, and then they had to put the jewelry through after. And the jewelry, like, wow, if I could say jewelry, them putting it in after wasn't bad. I expected it to be a lot worse. But the actual piercing itself did, because they like were like, oh, this one doesn't hurt, this is, you know, and maybe I'm just a baby and maybe they're just used to like intense piercings, but it hurt for me. But this is what they look like. I'm gonna switch to a smaller hoop eventually, but you have to wait 6 months because they're gonna swell and heal and be a mess for a minute. So yeah, I really liked Koi. She was so patient with me. I worked with Jade, and she was a sweetheart. Would highly recommend. So far so good. I'm excited to see how they heal. I'm really excited to switch out the jewelry, and mostly I'm excited to see if they help with headaches. So yeah. So this is me editing, but I just realized I did not talk about price. So at Koi Piercing Studio, it cost $45 to pierce both sides, and then you had to pay for jewelry. So jewelry is the kicker. That's where they get you. Not really they get you, but it is more expensive. So I had to spend $40 on each hoop. So $80 total just for jewelry. So be mentally prepared for that. They do have $20 options, but it just wasn't my flavor. So I just decided I have to keep these in for 6 months. I'd rather just spend the extra $40 and get ones that I like more. They had options that were up to $185 a piece. Yeah, a lot of money. But anyway, so there's that info. Okay, so it's been about 5-ish hours since I got them pierced, and I've been able to like feel it, like it kind of throbs. It doesn't like hurt, but I can just feel it throb, so that's been kind of annoying, but it's not that bad. This is what they look like now. My little baby hairs are in the way. Doesn't really look swollen, doesn't really look red. I mean, I don't know much about ears, but just in my personal opinion, that's what I think. I like it more than I thought I would. Obviously, I don't really know anything about headaches yet. I didn't have a headache today, which is great. So I'm gonna have to wait a few days and see like what it's like for sure. It's the beginning of the week, so I already have like my patience is at a high. I gotta wait for people to break it down, get some stress headaches, and I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so a little update. It has been 2 days. I'm getting some like dried blood now in my ear, which is really cute. And I've found a few cons. One thing I didn't think of, I can't wear my AirPods anymore. I can't. I think I'll be able to after the 6 months is up and I can change to a smaller hoop. But as of right now, I'm crying. My workouts just got a lot longer. The workday is harder. I'm struggling through this. Wish me luck. Though I have discovered one thing that makes my life easier. So since I did get both daiths pierced at the same time, which they do not recommend, I have to sleep on my back. So I tried to sleep on my back yesterday and it was a nightmare. I absolutely couldn't do it. So I've come up with a new idea. I'm taking my travel pillow and I'm laying like this. That way there's no pressure on my ear, but I can still sleep on my side. So making things work. Don't know what I'm gonna do about AirPods, but I'm excited. Okay, I am checking in because it has almost been 3 weeks since I got my daiths pierced. So as far as the pain goes, I only really feel it when I'm laying on my side, which I'm not even supposed to do for a few months. But I'm still using the travel pillow and I've liked it just fine, doesn't bother me at all. And even when I'm laying like on it, it doesn't hurt too bad. Another time I really feel it is when I'm wearing my Beats headphones. So I go to the gym every day and since I can't wear my AirPods, I've been wearing my Beats and it just pushes around and it kind of hurts. It's more uncomfortable rather than painful. Other than that, it's good. They look really good. They're healing great. I haven't got any blood anymore. I make sure to keep washing them every day. Can you see? Here we go. Okay, so the first 2 weeks, I was really surprised. I did not have any headaches whatsoever, and I thought I was magically cured. And that was especially surprising because the second week I started school, and whenever I make a big adjustment to my schedule or my life, I always get really bad stress headaches. It hurts my neck and it moves up into my head and it's like debilitating. It's just terrible. So I was really surprised I did not get any headaches during my first week of school. However, the next week when I started getting assignments and whatnot, I did start to get headaches I would say more headaches. I wouldn't say it was migraines because I haven't had any migraines, so that's amazing. But on the headache side of things, I have started to feel a lot of pressure in my head, and I can kind of predict when they come. It's when I'm more stressed or when I have a lot going on. But it's a different kind of headache than I normally have. So instead of like a sharp piercing pain, it's more of like a heavy pressure inside of my head, and I definitely prefer it to the headaches that I was having before. So ultimately, I would say it's not a cure-all, it's not magic, but it does help, and I've seen a difference. And I do think that if you're thinking about it, you should definitely do it. It's worth doing, and I would recommend Koi Piercing Studio. 10 out of 10, absolutely had a great experience. I'm excited to go get the earring switched in June, so I will probably keep you guys updated on my Instagram stories. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. It's Camry McKenna, same handle as this. So yeah, and I'm excited to do more videos. I'm really excited that I got to vlog this because it's a small thing, but to me it felt like a really big thing because I'd been thinking of doing it for so long. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me or anything. I would love to answer them if I didn't cover it in this video. And ultimately, go get your daiths pierced. Let's be twins.